taking in the scenery, looking at the ladies, saying, hey baby, what's up? You want to go for a ride? I'll take you for a ride. You know, for my next motorcycle, I'm getting a simple cruiser, good looking, small, compact, you know, fairly lightweight to cruise out here on the streets. Got a little bump and torque down low. I'm going to tell you, there's a beauty to cruising on a motorcycle, man. It's not all about ripping it on your motorcycle like I do on my supermoto and sport bikes in the past. It's nice to just cruise out here and enjoy the scenery. But you know what, guys, in this video, I'm going to tell you my personal top 5 cruisers. Stay tuned.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
Check out these new shorty gloves I got. Awesome. If you want to get these gloves, ultra lightweight helmet with auto tint shield, airbag vest to help keep you safe, jacket, gloves, all my gear, my motovlog camera. I always include links in the description and comment section of my video. Yeah, it's a beauty to cruising, but I tell you, it's also a beauty to having a good time out here. Rip it. Woo! Good times, baby. Man, but it's also fun, like I said, just cruising, you know. Number 5 on my list. Now, I know I'm going to get probably a little bit of hate for this, but I say the Harley-Davidson Sportster Iron 883. One of the cheapest Harleys you can get. Yeah, baby. It's got the 883cc V-twin engine, air-cooled. So it's got the simple air-cooled engine. That's what's cool about bobbers, guys. Just a simple, small bike. You know, it's not super lightweight, this Harley-Davidson. It's at 564 pounds, which is kind of hefty, you know, for this type of bobber. But you get some bump down low. The bike only has 49 horsepower and I think 53 pound-feet of torque at 3750 RPM. So down low, you're going to get a little bit of that bump. So it's not, obviously, you're not going to be breaking speed records with this bike, but you're going to feel a little bump down low. You're going to be looking good on the bike. It's a 5-speed, and it has a 3-gallon tank. It's 50 miles per gallon. You throw some pipes on there, so you get a beautiful sound with the bike. Good looking bike. Like I said, the ladies will probably holler at you on that bike, man. Out here in Ohio, the ladies love the Harley-Davidsons out here, man. This is a Harley-Davidson nation out here in Ohio, I tell you that, guys. Sport bikes and supermotos are the minority. The next bike I would probably choose over the Harley, most definitely, would be the Triumph Bobber. Only comes in one color, black. And has a drag style handlebars. It's got the 1200cc engine. Get this, twin engine, 77 horsepower, 78 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. So again, down low, you're gonna get a little bump and power. The bike is much lighter weight than the Harley-Davidson at 524 pounds. It's actually one of the lightest bobbers on this list. It's a no frills bobber. It has the classic bobber seat, you know, spring seat with the, you know, basic. That's what you want with a bobber, man. Just basic and simple. And that's what you get with the Triumph Bobber. But good looking, like I said, it's got bumper power. The only drawback to this Triumph Bobber is that it has a small fuel tank. The fuel tank is only 2.4 gallons. So you're gonna lose some range, you know. That's the biggest drawback, like I said, baby. Number 3, the Honda Rebel 500, which Honda Rebels used to be chicks' beginner bikes back in the day. But they have elevated to so much more than that now. They got a little bit more power, they're better looking. They're classified as a real bike now, you know what I'm saying? Not like a toy bike like it was in the past. But what's cool about the Honda 500 is that cheap price. You get, it's freaking what, like 40 horsepower, 30 pounds-feet of torque. So it doesn't have a lot of power, and the bump is not, there's not a lot of bump down low, because that 30 pound-feet of torque is at 6,300 RPM. But the bike is fairly lightweight. It's got six speed, 3-gallon tank. It gets 67 miles per gallon. The latest LED headlight. And I tell you, man, it's an absolutely good looking bike. Obviously you're going to get reliability, you know, with it being the Japanese bike. And so I would definitely choose the Honda over the other two, in my opinion, because like I said, with the bobber, you want just something simple, cheap, simple, looks good to cruise out here on the streets. Obviously a bobber is not a bike that you want to do any long distance touring on or anything of that sort. And I'll say the Honda Rebel 500 definitely gets a thumb up to me. But that takes me to number 2, which I think is even better, which is a little bit more expensive, but it's got more power, a little bit more torquey. It's got bump down low, and that's the Yamaha Bolt R-Spec. It is a 5-speed though, but that's not a big deal because you're just cruising out here on the streets. But you get a torquey V-twin engine that produces 65 horsepower, 59 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 RPM. So like I said, right there towards the bottom, 3,000 RPM, you're going to feel that bump. And I tell you, a lot of people will tell you that the Yamaha Bolts are really nice bikes, man. Zippy bikes, and especially the R-Spec, absolutely awesome. Throw some pipes on there, man. The bike sounds legit. Good looking bike, and you can't beat it, man. But anyways, that takes me to the number 1 bobber on my list. I think it's the number 1 bobber on a lot of people's list, guys. Doesn't really get any better than this, and that is the Indian Scout bobber. 1133cc V-twin engine. It's got 100 horsepower, 77 pounds-feet of torque. I think it only weighs, well, like 542 pounds or something like that. Man, I tell you guys, and you throw some aftermarket pipes on that bike and it is legit, man. Seriously. The drawback is that you know, the bump in power really doesn't come up to a little bit higher in RPM, so you gotta rev the bike out a bit more, you know, to get that bump in power. But lots of power. I've been wanting to get an Indian Scout bobber for a long time, man, and it looks so awesome. And you know, basically it's the same bike as the Victory Octane that you know, Indian discontinued, which pissed off a lot of people, guys. Pissed me off. That's kind of one reason why I stayed away from the Indian Scout. Hey, where the heck am I, man? This thing cooks, boy. I'm telling you, man, you want a bike that's torquey and just brutal up to about 70 miles per hour. This is the bike you want, man. Yeah, baby. Good times, I tell you. Good times on this bike, man. I'm telling you guys, I've ridden I've owned super bikes, super sports, you know, power cruisers, and I tell you, I love it. It keeps me alive, man. Absolutely awesome. But I tell you, there's a beauty to having all different types of bikes. At one time I had 4 different types of bikes, man, and I loved it, and I miss it. And that's why I said I want to possibly add a bobber or a power cruiser. I just need a cruiser just to cruise out here, you know what I'm saying? You know, long, low, like that Indian Scout bobber, looking good, chilling, good comfortable riding position, taking in the scenery, looking at the ladies, saying, hey baby, what's up? You want to go for a ride? I'll take you for a ride. You know, but a drawback with the bobbers is that it's only designed for one rider. Most of them don't have an auxiliary seat there for passengers. But hey guys, tell me about some other cool bobbers out there. Give me your top 5 bobbers or cruisers. I want to hear about them. Let's talk about it, man. That's why I do these videos, to help incite community discussion and just have a good time with it. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my All-in-One Motorcycle channel, and also check out my other channel, Buckout Moto. Deuces.
Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe.